What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to show you the Rock Slide Engineering slider steps for the JL Rubicon. These are the powered slider steps that function as rock guards, but also steps. With mine, I elected to get not only the step, but also the extra skid plate that mounts on top of the rock slider. This, as you can see, adds another thick piece of metal here on the side just for added protection. And when you look under, you can see there's a cutout where the step comes out. And that's all just bolts right on. So the way these work is you install sensors in the door sills, and there's magnets on your doors, and when the connection breaks, assuming you have the steps powered on, the step will lower. When you open the doors, they deploy almost instantly. I elected to also get the LED lights that you mount inside the slider. Looks cool at night, it illuminates the step nice. And if either door is open, they will deploy, and they'll remain open until both doors are closed. Once you close both doors, there'll be a slight delay and they will retract. I believe these are said to hold about 350 pounds, so they are very sturdy and they look good. Another cool thing is the switch that comes with these. Rather than requiring you to drill a hole in your dash or use one of your auxiliary buttons, Rock Slide Engineering includes a little bracket that just mounts to your OBD2 port, and you just mount that up there, and you have a place to put your switch. Now this switch, when the LED's on, obviously the steps are on. When you turn the switch off, the steps will stay in whatever position you've left it in. As you can see, I've left this one open and closed the door, so it's still down. Now, when you have them off and you turn them back on, if the steps are retracted, they will deploy and then retract, as you may hear on the other side when I press them on. Now, however, since this one was deployed and the door was open, it just stays down. But now it will retract when the door closes. Now, with this bracket for the switch, one issue I have found is that it is really tight against this plate, which is designed to be, this piece of plastic, which is designed to be moved to take your doors off. So when you pull it, it'll come off, but with the harness to the door, when you flip up the lever that holds the switch or the harness in place, it's hard to put this back on because this is really tight against here. So that's kind of a pain. If they just made this bracket a little, I don't know, made it a little more to this side, it would negate that issue, but it's not a big issue. And just to point out, when you buy these, there will be on both the skid plate and the slider a little plaque that says Rock Slide Engineering or has their logo on it. It's on both the skid plate and the rock slider. If you're adding the skid plate, you will need to remove the little plaque that's on the slider casing here, because it will not flush up. And it's just riveted on, so I just used my Dremel to take the rivet off. It was not hard. I elected to take it off both the slider and the skid plate just because I like the look of it without it. It just looks cleaner to me. but I'm very, very pleased with the rock slide engineering steps. I haven't had a chance to take it off-road yet since adding these. I'm doing that this weekend, actually, so I imagine they'll function fine. I mean, it's very heavy steel, so I feel like it's going to be, if nothing, better than the Mopar rock rails I had on there previously, or the original Rubicon rails anyway. But they look really good. Just to give you an idea, here are the sensors that you use. And you just have to run your wiring down through here to the floor. I may make another video just showing the wiring, but that'll be for another video. And the magnets are just, they come with a little double-sided tape that you stick on the door, and basically whenever that connection's broken is when they deploy, and you just put these on each door and door sill. Now, one issue that will arise is if you take your doors off, you'll need to get in the vehicle, have all your doors closed, turn the steps off, then open your door. If your doors are off and you turn the steps on, your steps are gonna deploy, and they're just gonna be out. They do make a door delete kit, which I purchased, but I have not installed yet. And basically it's an extra button, or 4 buttons I should say, that you wire in, they just clip in between the harness at each location. And you would need to, unfortunately, you'd have to drill a hole to mount the button, and you could put it here, or just really anywhere you wanted to. But it's just a button that you would press to deploy the steps when the doors are off, and then you press it again to retract them. But I haven't decided whether I'm going to install that or not yet. It's really not difficult getting inside the Jeep with the doors off, with the various grab handles, and also this flat portion here surface. This is a step as well, which is easy to step on when you have something to grab onto. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be adding those or not, but regardless, you just want to make sure you have the doors closed so the steps are retracted, then turn off the switch, then get out, which I'll do that real quick. All right, they're off. And as you can see, no step. Now when I press this, the step will deploy. I'm just going to show you the other side. Expect another video on these suckers. Carolina Metal Masters mirrors. They are awesome, but I'll do another video on those on another time. Oh, and just to show you the brain of the operation, this is the control box that you basically just zip tie under the seat here, and you can still fold these seats flat with this here. Just gotta make sure you leave enough slack in the harness here. But you basically wire everything under the carpet and then run it to this control box. Yeah, that's the Rock Slide Engineering slider steps for the JL Rubicon. Highly recommend them. Once again, they are pricey, but they are worth it. You put a lot of money into the Jeep, you deserve some nice steps. If you have any questions, just leave a comment or a question. Thanks for watching.